think our manager's going to address this.
Mr. Mayor, could I suggest that we do the closed session first? I know that Attorney Swanson is on a tight schedule today, and that's no doubt the more important of the two items.
You want to make that a motion?
If we need a motion, I
Yeah.
can make that a motion, yes.
Okay, is there a second to change item 2 to the last thing discussed after the closed meeting? That's the motion. Is there a second for that? Okay, hearing none, the agenda will stay as is presented. Council to recap, sir?
Will you tell me what the first one was again? I'm sorry.
The first one is town finances, I'm sorry. That's my
Yeah,
fault.
so we're, the new fiscal year started July 1. We're July 11th. So far, there's been no surprises. Everything's coming in, going out as expected.
Okay. Questions, council? Okay, hearing none. Independence Day celebration, sir.
From all accounts, everything went smoothly. We had a few calls, mostly heat related. The traffic was handled pretty well considering how many vehicles was downtown leaving. Heard nothing but good things from everybody I talked to. I know my family came, they really enjoyed it. We've already started securing the bands and stuff for next year for July 4th, unless the council changes the date. We're just moving forward for July 4th. Most of that stuff has to be booked 12 to 18 months in advance, so we really got to get on it.
Okay,
But everything other than that went well.
thank you. Questions, council? Okay, trash and recycling changeover.
We're having some growing pains. The biggest one I think is that Simply Green runs a lot sooner in the morning than recycle. Well, they get started. I shouldn't say they ran because depending on where you live at, they get started earlier. So a lot of the streets that people are accustomed to rolling the can out at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then they call in and say we've been missed. Well, the truck actually went by at 7.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just going to be some growing pains, education, getting people to get the cans out earlier the night before would always be a good thing. And Simply Green is learning us, we're learning them. Republic should have all the cans up hopefully by the end of the day. If not, they're going to, we've been told they're going to try to finish up early next week if they don't get them today.
Yeah, they picked mine up today. Questions, council?
So you're saying all cans should be picked up by early next week?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we have invested over $500,000 in this changeover this year, and I would just like the manager to take a hard look at the whole process of trash pickup. The Simply Green part, I mean, site recycling and trash pickup. The Simply Green part is just part of it. We also have the staff picking up stuff along the street, and I just think there may be some duplicative effort that and cost that maybe we could come up with some way to do it a little more efficiently.
Yeah, we began analyzing the entire process with the switchover. I gotta give Alan and his crews credit. They've identified several areas for improvement. We've already started implementing some of those things, and we audited our billing cycle as well, and we picked up several accounts that has slipped through the cracks over the years. So by going through this process, we've been able to identify several areas that we can become more efficient already. We will continue to do so.
Good deal. Anyone else? UDO, sir.
To my knowledge, no one has applied for any zoning permits under the new UDOs as it became effective July 1. I do know that Tim and Allison and I can't remember the other attorney's name.
You talking about Ben Hitchens?
Yes, is as with anything else, the UDO is a living document, and they're going through it and fine-tooth comb to make sure any typos or anything like that was caught during the switchover, because when you import stuff, sometimes it don't necessarily go word for word. So they're in the process of doing that currently.
Are we gonna need to make some amendments to it?
Yeah, so we actually have some language in there that allow, council's already approved, any like clerical type cleanups, they can be made without further council consideration. If there's anything of substance that's gonna be changed, then obviously it comes back before council for consideration.
Anyone else? Rec Center update, sir.
They are planning to pour the concrete ramps for both in front of the rec center and I can't remember now if David said the pickleball courts or the tennis courts, but they're both in the same area. Both of those ramps should be poured for concrete next week. Then they are planning on installation of the rails and painting. The goal is to have everything finished by the weekend of the festival. And the pool enclosure is still on track to begin mid-October.
Okay. Questions, council?
So the rec center, accessibility, ADA accessibility, where does that stand?
Those are the ramps that's being installed. We still do not have an elevator, so going from one floor to the other will still require somebody to go outside. But at this point, it'd make it a lot easier for ADA compliance on the outside going into the gym.
Is this work interfering with the use of the swimming pool?
Not with the swimming pool, no. There's been some, traffic issues, not real traffic issues. They've been out working, so people's had to slow down when they went by and stuff, which is not always a bad thing. The main thing that's been bothering us more than anything is the weather. It's rained a lot more days than we anticipated. So that slowed it down a little bit. And some of the rains we've had have been so much water that we had to wait for it to dry out a little bit before they could get back to work.
Okay. Any more questions, council? If not, we'll move on to item 3, closed session under North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A3 to consult with an attorney retained by the town in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege between the town attorney and the town council, which privilege is hereby acknowledged. And I'll tell our audience there'll be no action taken during the closed session. Okay, we can adjourn. I do need a motion, please.
So moved that we go into closed session.
Second.
Second.
Those in favor? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make
So
a motion.
moved that we adjourn this meeting.
And I have a
Second.
second. Those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 So be it. Y'all have a good weekend.